It is a momentous occasion, so I'm going to record this.
Okay.
I'm over at Chuck Vermette's house, and we haven't played or seen each other in decades.
As in decades.
So anyway, those who know me, I refer to Chuck as the original rocker from my hometown, which is Norwell, Massachusetts, which is where I am right now. So I want to ask Chuck a couple questions for the sake of local musical history. Chuck, you are one of the original rockers from Norwell, but since I was referred to you as that, back in that time, like when you were in high school, elaborate a little bit on who else was playing music back then and what they were doing.
A fella named Mike Tatro, who I actually was in a band with now. He was my teacher. Amazing guitarist. And there was Brad Wright, who now goes by Aston Wright. And he was wonderful. He wrote a rock opera when we were in junior high school.
Really?
And he first played out at 11. I haven't seen him for ages, too. There was actually a band that was part of the Boston Sound of 68, along with Orpheus. They're called Beacon Street Union, and they came out of Norwell. At least one of those guys did.
Okay. Now, I remember also, and I bought my first electric guitar from him, Brian Donovan. Remember him?
Yes, I sure do.
And he was in a band I saw in high school, but I don't think that was his first band. It was called Araby, was the name of the band. I don't know if you remember them.
Yes. Yeah, and he was the Shadows, which eventually became the Tees.
Yep.
He was an original member of them. And
he was in the Tees?
He was in the Tees. We may have left before that. They were tourists, but yeah, that was the evolution. They were several. They eventually wound up as the Tees.
Who else was in the Tees?
Alan DeStacio, Vinny Liuzzi, who now owns a Lexus dealership.
More money in cars, huh?
Yes.
Way more.
Vinny told me once, though, he used to hire musicians because they were great salesmen. And they wanted to work different hours. And I last saw Vinny about 5 years ago at a wedding. But what I remember, the Tees actually opened for John Cougar Mellencamp in early '84, and that's the last I had heard of them.
Really, yeah, because they were going strong when I was in high school.
And they actually, the reason they changed their name was interesting. There was an English band called Tourist that came over here, and there was, I guess it wasn't a dispute, it was settled amicably, but they gave the guys some money so they could use their name, and they changed their name to the Tees.
Cool.
They made some money off the deal.
Is there anybody else? I remember, of course, when I was in high school, Dave was in his band Trilogy with Artie Kinsman.
Artie is a superb guitarist. I still see him, talk to him to this day, and he's a superb guitarist.
He's a Steely Dan great guitar player.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's real good. He does some web things.
Yes,
too.
I see them. Yeah, they're awesome.
He's he's an exceptional guitarist.
And but that was a little later, and I remember I'm going to go back to, of course, I met you through Dave. Of course, everybody on High Street knew each other, but at the time that I really got to know you and listen to your music was when you had formed a band called Artificial Paradise.
Yes.
Right? And I don't think I ever saw you guys play out, but I did go to one of your rehearsals, I remember specifically. I forget who the drummer was, but it was you and Dave. And
a fellow named Scott O'Brien in Duxbury.
I think was that where you practiced? Was it at Scott's house?
Yes, we practiced Scott's house in Duxbury.
And so did you, after Artificial Paradise, did you play in any other bands after that?
No, I went solo after that. I started doing things in Cambridge. I was into more of the folk things. After that, that's when I started studying classical guitar and jazz. Getting more of a formal training, and I mostly did the solo coffee house, folky kind of thing after that for a good long time.
Just another asshole with a acoustic
Bingo,
guitar.
Yeah. Only, playing with, the Boston assholes who play guitar.
They're the worst. I remember this. See if I can do this now. One second. Can't see my hand. So that one.
just found the lyrics to that. I forget a lot of lyrics
All right,
to those songs.
let me take a stab at this. I tried to do this one.
Not bad.
Dave showed it to me. Spent the night French kissing with a stolen Smith & Wesson till I said I'd had enough of this. I'm not Arthur or MacArthur, girl, I'm never to return. I need a lover, not a friendly kiss. Bible and a bottle and a portrait of the artist and a peanut butter sandwich in my dignity to go. State angel is sitting on my shoulder through a tear of reminiscence. Great enough to know it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Akira whack, I'm back on the road. It's alright. Some people stand tall, other people walk away, and other people got to have a goal. There's works, there's a method, there's a knowledge, there's devotion, there's a lot of ways to save your soul. The Bible and a bottle and a portrait of the artist and a peanut butter sandwich and my dignity to go. In the state angel is a sitting on my shoulder through a tear of reminiscence on the strength of the milk. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Kerouac, I'm back on the road. Take it away, Chuck.
I can't believe you remembered that much of that. That's amazing.
I don't think there's another verse. I can't remember the other one.
I remembered it. I found a tape of it. I remember it. Route 128 is a circle around Boston like the circle of a lover's strife. On the 90 West exit onto Cleveland and Chicago and Seattle and a better life. And when I think about that, fuck that. That ain't, considering I didn't, I wasn't true. Well, I was an English major, so I was channeling all this stuff